Today, we're going to concentrate on the Launch X431 Fix program. And this is going to be a program that's going to help you with information. It's going to be tied into the vehicle you're working on, and it will go ahead and give you technical support at the fender working on the vehicle. It's going to save you a lot of time. So let's go ahead and get to it. As you can see on the scan tool, we're hooked up to a Chevrolet Silverado 1500, and it's a 2012 with a V8 5.3 liter. Now, what we want to do is look at how X431 Fix can assist you in solving a customer's concerns quicker. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is, as we should, we're going to look at all of the modules on the vehicle, go ahead and see what kind of DTCs we have in the modules. And to do that, all we have to do is go ahead and touch the button that says Health Report. As we go through the health report, we're going to check every module on the vehicle, make sure that it's communicating, make sure it's equipped, and also make sure that there are no DTCs in it. If there's DTCs, we're going to get a DTC amount. Well, look at that. We've got an ECM pictured here, and it's in red, if you notice first of all, and it has 3 DTCs in it. So we do show a situation here of all the modules. We only have one module with DTCs in it. We have all modules communicating on the different buses, which is good. So at this particular point, we're not going to go ahead and look for any other problems in this network. We're going to go ahead and look right to the ECM with the 3 DTCs. So here we go. All we have to do is touch, of course, that ECM with the 3 DTCs. We're going to look at the DTCs, and here's our system information on those particular DTCs. Now, the important thing to remember is you can't know everything on vehicles today. All the vehicles are different. We got to rely on great information sources to go ahead and help us through. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at this P0442 code, and we're going to go and touch X431 Fix. So here I go, X431 Fix. Touched it, and it's going to go ahead and load. You want to keep in mind that you have to be online for this service to function. If you notice what came up here, we've got 4 results for the P0442. Now, keep in mind, if we take a look at it, we have a 2012 Chevrolet Silverado with the 5.3. So the scan tool automatically did the search and populated off of the vehicle we're working on, which is fantastic. Big time saver. You don't need to go in a separate information system and look up that vehicle. So we've got 4 results here right now on that DTC. We're going to go to Technical Service Bulletins. There's 3 results there. So we're just going to touch on Technical Service Bulletins. Here are all the TSBs that are up on that particular vehicle. Now notice we also have diagnostic trouble code support, so right there at the fender we can go ahead and have our support information to repair this particular vehicle. We're going to go look at TSBs first, because obviously if it took the engineers a little while to go ahead and figure out a solution and they came up with it, it's going to take us a little longer to figure out that solution. They've got a lot of resources we don't have. So we're going to revert to the knowledge of the engineers at GM to figure out what's going on. So we're just going to touch that TSB, and here is the complete TSB that we're going to look at that we can scroll through. So this TSB refers to obviously a problem we have with water intrusion on a valve. And if you notice, it lists all the vehicles that are involved in this, and it does include our vehicle we're working on here with that DTC. It goes through the complete procedure, talks about the older valve and the new replacement valve, which is a sealed unit, so water intrusion cannot be a case of a problem any longer. It tells us how to install it and how to go through the whole procedure. Now, this is a real time saver. If the criteria in the TSB meet the DTC criteria and such, obviously we have the information in our hands immediately while we're at the vehicle. So big time saver. We don't have to go to separate information system across the shop, etc., to go ahead and get this information. We can go ahead and get the components we need notified for the repair and such, and get ready to get rolling on it. Now, keep in mind, we do have DTCs for any of the particular trouble codes we have in X431 Fix. The other thing it does for us is it opens up for us any kind of other service information on the given vehicle. And it's very nice because it's already keyed to that vehicle. We don't have to worry about getting online and going ahead and obviously putting all the vehicle information in there, making sure we have the right information, etc. Let's say while we're doing this repair, we want to look at some wiring situations. Well, what we can do in this particular case, we would like, is then go to wiring diagrams. So I'm going to just scroll the wiring diagrams, touch on wiring diagrams, and it's going to go ahead and open up just like a regular information system. And we're going to go basically to system in this particular case. I'm going to look it up by system, and I want to look at engine wiring diagram in this particular case. So I'm going to go ahead and pick engine. I want to go to fuel controls. So engine fuel controls, we can go ahead and isolate to the point we need to isolate it to. Here is then your complete electrical wiring diagram. You can go ahead and make it bigger, you can shrink it, you can do whatever you want with it. You can look at the whole diagram. So very easy to use, and keeping in mind, we're doing this from the vehicle remotely with our X431 Launch Throttle 3. Big time saver. Now, let's go ahead and back out of here for just a minute. And we're going to get out of here just by hitting the arrow backward, okay? And we can go out the way we came in. And if we wanted to, we could go to any one of our other codes. Hey, we've got an engine oil pressure sensor performance. If you haven't seen that issue before, what's causing it? Who knows? There's so many different cars out there, you can't know it all. So we're going to go ahead and just touch the X431 Fix button, and let's see what it has available for us. Here we go. Diagnostic trouble codes, of course, to go ahead and find out what's going on using regular result menus and such. We're going to go to Technical Service Bulletins just to make sure, right there at the fender. We're going to go to the TSB. Here we go. Okay. And this has, of course, to do with our P0521 setting after an oil change and or low pressure indicated on the instrument panel. And here's all the information on the TSB for us to go ahead and service that particular concern. Okay. So very big time savings once again. If there's a trouble code that you haven't seen and such, the X431 is there for you to help you out with diagnosing that vehicle from the fender. Now keep in mind, we're wireless here totally. So if you want to go do some diagnostic checks under the hood and such with your meter and unit, you're good to go. A good tip here, okay, would be to go ahead and have your diagnostic equipment available. And so you go ahead and look up the information in the X431 Fix, and you could go ahead very simply and have your equipment ready to go, and you're seamlessly diagnosing the vehicle, saving a bunch of time. The boss, your customer, is going to go ahead and appreciate that. Now, let's say you've got other work to do on the vehicle. For instance, let's say we have a situation maybe where we might be doing some brake work on the vehicle also. I'm going to just click on brakes over here real quick, and what I'm going to do is go to specifications. We're doing brake service on this vehicle also. There's the specifications. So if I want any of the specifications as far as calipers, lining, rotor, you name it, okay, that stuff will be displayed right here. So not only does X431 Fix give you the information to help you diagnose and repair the DTCs, looking at TSBs, etc., but it's a complete source of automotive information for that particular vehicle. And remember, the beauty of this thing is you hook it up to the vehicle, the good old scan tool gets you hooked up to the information system on its own, and you're right where you need to be to effectively fix the vehicle. That counts for a lot. That's why this scan tool is one of the leading scan tools in the industry. And it's good. You need to use it for its full ability. And that's one of the things here that you want to get very comfortable with. Please go ahead and use this if you have some time on a vehicle to see how it functions and works, because when you have that problem vehicle, you'll be ready to go and you'll fix that problem vehicle in record time versus what it would take without the help of the tool.